Whew. Gotta catch my breath. So, a couple days ago, I got this really nice inflatable dinghy for a very good price. And finally got it in the water early this morning. There's no way to mount the camera on it, so I knew if I set up the camera at some fixed point ashore or on my boat and rowed away, the GoPro would immediately shut down. It'd be for nothing, so I didn't bother recording that. At some point today, around lunchtime, I just left it tied up alongside the boat, even though it's getting a little blustery today. Left it on the windward side. It wasn't going anywhere with what I thought was a decent knot on the bridle that it came with. And when I got back, I realized it was gone. It had made its way around the windward side of the boat, and it drifted way down, not this dock, but the one beyond on the other side of Big Nina and that catamaran, the Andiamo. Unfortunately, I tried to walk on the shore to go get it, but there's a big fence right there. So I had to commandeer a kayak. So I'm sitting over by the boat shop, and I haven't paddled a kayak in forever, and it was not a great day to learn again how to do that. I managed to tow the dinghy back with the kayak. It's all about adventure, right? That was an adventure. I'm surprised I didn't die. I'm glad it wasn't like a properly windy, stormy day, or it wouldn't have been possible. It wound up wedged underneath that dock. If it was much more windy, it'd be out in the bay by now probably. It doesn't have my name or the name of the boat on it yet, so someone would have been like, cool, free dinghy. Anyway, let's get it on deck, deflate it, roll it up, and see where we can stow it. A little awkward. Where can we do this? Well, what's the brand name? Seaworthy. I don't know how old it is. I'm pretty sure they're still making a similar model under a different name. As far as I know, it's Hypalon, not PVC, which is great. It's much more durable, especially to UV. I got it off Marketplace for 200 bucks. The equivalent now lists for over $2,000. Winning. It's the perfect size. 8 foot would have been a little too much. For two people, two adults, it's going to be nearly impossible, and that's fine. And rowing one of these without any kind of keel or even anything suggesting of a keel, it's very uncertain rowing one of these, but it works. Eventually, I'll get a trolling motor. There's a provision to strap some kind of. I'll probably make some kind of little transom board thing, probably out of starboard or maybe good plywood, that I can stick a trolling motor on, or who knows what. The owner assured me that it can be deflated and rolled up without removing the seat or the slats, which is super groovy. I like that. It's probably going to take a while just to deflate this thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to also mention it's a true two-chamber design. The only thing that's kind of a drag, but I have an idea, is that it's very hard to fold this thing, flatten this thing out, get all the air out of it while holding the stem of the valve down. But I think I can take the hose from the foot pump I have, put it on here, and it will just keep that valve open while I do my thing. The washer that's on this didn't make a good enough seal, so I had to put an O-ring behind it. But now, when this thing is deflated, it's really hard to get it out. The damage. Yeah, it makes a nice little sound too. Check it out. Little musical instrument. I don't know if you can hear that. No, you can't hear that. I'm gonna take this. Cool. I was feeling inspired when I got back aboard Nina, so I decided, with not much daylight left, to go get some provisions and prepare to take her home to the cove next to the boat and try anchoring out. It was a perfect afternoon for sailing up Hornpipe Bay. light, but fairly steady. Sunny, but not too hot. The horseflies did find us, but they gave up quickly once we got some wind going. There's a better way, I'm sure. I'll figure it out. Ultimately, I want to get a collapsible skin over frame dinghy. I'm gonna have to make one for plans, probably. That's gonna be the ultimate. Now that'll get strapped flat to the shrouds over the canal for $200 with the oars. Can't beat it. It cost me $30. Brand new box. I could leave it inflated, inverted over the hatch, but I don't want to do that. Ultimately, or real soon, I'll just get a hunk of canvas to cover this thing while it's rolled up to keep the sun off it. I want to put the dinghy right there. All right, I have to do two things. I have to put something on my feet because the deck is really hot, and I have to raise the boom a little bit. Well, that's not too horrible. It could be more made compact, and of course I can lash it down for a longer passage or whatever, but it's cool for now. I could just put it in the foredeck well, but it would kind of be in the way if I ever needed to get forward in a hurry to do something. It would be a liability. It would also block the drains to some extent up there. This is fine for now. Actually, for a long passage, I would probably put it below somewhere, although I have no idea where. I guess where, yeah, in the forepeak. Anyway, it's a little after 2 p.m. I really got to clean the boat, and I'm going to throw some water on the deck. Yeah, I don't really feel like cleaning the boat, but it needs it. I got to vacuum the bilge again. I got to wipe everything down again. I got to put a lot of stuff away. I got more trash to take out. I can't really do any real work. I can't do what I want to do up the mast. It's too windy. The epoxy and paint would just go flying. It would go everywhere except where I want it. And it's a little too windy to hoist myself up there, probably. So, yeah. The next day, a local sailor named Paul, not legendary sailor Paul from episode 2, a different guy, invited me to go sailing aboard his very nice Pearson 35 named Rover. The plan was to go out into Barnegat Bay and sail about 5 miles south to a cove that he wanted to show me. He took care of most of the sail handling, giving me an opportunity to helm the boat. The wind was mostly southeasterly, which is pretty unusual in these parts. I was pretty impressed with Rover. She is quick and goes windward very well, especially with the centerboard down. This wasn't really a sailing lesson, but I learned a lot. And Paul shared a ton of local knowledge, which will come in handy later. I did pretty well at the wheel, but I had a hard time seeing forward because of the Genoa. Makes me glad that my foresails are high cut. But Rover is a real sweetheart. It was a pleasure and a privilege to get to sail her. It was a perfect afternoon for sailing on Barnegat Bay. The cove he showed me is one of his favorites in bad weather. Exposed from the northeast somewhat, but in a big blow, I think Nina would be better off anchored there than tied to the pilings at the boat shop. We got along well, and we made tentative plans for him to go with me aboard Nina when we actually set sail this season. I was feeling inspired when I got back aboard Nina, so I decided, with not much daylight left, to go get some provisions and prepare to take her over to the cove next to the boat shop and try anchoring out for a couple of nights. All right. The camera let me down again, so I wasn't able to capture the moment. But we're on anchor for the first time. Not far from home. What is that floating in the water? You probably recognize the mooring field where all the A-cats are. The boat shop is right over there. But we're in a hole that Paul showed me today when we came back from sailing on the bay in his Pearson 35. There's a hole here where it is about 9 or more feet of water. I think I overran the 10-foot part, but that's okay. We only need 5 to be comfortable. It's, I just set the hook. We're not dragging yet. It's real nice to be in the water and not with a little wind blowing and not hear a squeaking fender or a groaning line. It's great. So far, my anchor light looks pretty cool. We got the full 35 feet of chain down, and I don't know, about 20 or 30 feet of rope, which should be fine. The boat hasn't even lined herself up with the wind yet. She's getting there, but we're certainly not dragging. I don't think we're going to drag. Tuesday morning, it's about 8 now, been up for about an hour. Almost forgot to turn off the anchor light, but it was still going strong. We'll see how long those batteries last. We haven't dragged or anything. I had a nice night. It was pretty quiet. Great to not hear creaking ropes and squeaking fenders. It's just unbelievably different. I just did my deck walk after taking down the anchor light, and I noticed I didn't think I would need to rig a bridle for the ground tackle because I have mostly rope on the end that would take shocks, but I forgot about the whole deflection issue. As the boat heads back and forth, the winds right now are, I don't know, 10-ish, puffing up a little now and then. That's pretty much what it's going to be all day. But as she heads back and forth, that rope comes up and it's rubbing on the turnbuckle, the hardware for the turnbuckle on the bobstay. I might try to rig something today. It's supposed to blow a little bit more this afternoon, some thunderstorms, so there will be gusts and stuff. I gotta look and see what kind of rope I have, get creative. Either that or some sort of anti-chafe gear on the bobstay, but I really don't want like an ugly wad of whatever, canvas or whatever on the bobstay. I don't know, we'll figure it out. We're in a pretty good spot. There is a construction site directly in front of the boat, but they're not using power tools today, not yet. And it's very muggy, but not super hot, and the breeze is keeping me alive, so that's good. Since they only had the AC hot plate, which only works on shore power because I don't have an inverter yet, I picked up this thing yesterday. It uses butane. Not ideal. It's not even a semi-permanent solution, but it's all right. It makes things a little tricky. I've gotten spoiled. I can't use my electric kettle to quickly boil water for coffee and stuff like that, but it'll be good enough. I'm going to make some breakfast in a minute. I think instead of an inverter, well, not instead of, but before I get an inverter, I'm going to invest in some sort of portable power station, Blue Eddy or such, whatever. I'll probably try to find a used one. It just seems like a better way to go, especially if it comes with a little solar panel. For now, that would be ideal for this kind of situation. It occurred to me, part of my plan this week was, in just sitting out here for a day, was to be offshore power for at least 24 hours and see what I can do without running the battery down too much, without starting the engine. But I forgot a critical point. If I do run this battery down to the point where it won't start the engine, I'm kind of stuck out here. I'd have to have someone from the boat shop bring a tender over, or worse, call a Boat US and get a tow, even though I've already paid for that subscription. You know why I don't want to do that. So I'm probably going to cheat. I'm going to keep an eye on the voltmeter, and if it gets down to like 12, I'm going to start the engine for a little bit. I might even maneuver a little bit. I know, practice pulling the anchor and resetting the hook. Right now we're in 9 feet of water, which is great. I don't know where we're at with the tide. I think we're just past high tide, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check. But this is a good hole for that. She's holding great. Should be interesting getting that hook out of the mud, that 35-pound CQR. But yeah, a better acid test of battery life would be on the dock, where I have the shore power right there. I can plug it in if I need to. We'll see what happens when it starts raining. And we're probably going to get quite a bit of rain tonight. It was forecast yesterday to start around now, but it's been pushed back. They've rescheduled it for about 4 p.m. and it's looking like it's going to rain all night long, which is fine. So we will get some bilge pump action, because we're still not 100% watertight topside. So yeah, I may wind up starting the engine in the morning or something, like in the middle of the night or something like that, to make sure it stays topped off. Well, I just spent a little time experimenting forward with a piece of line that was just about long enough to make a bridle type snubber. Just kind of did a doubled up rolling hitch onto the primary rope. I'm going to keep an eye on it for a while. I also took the rode off of the roller, which is helping a lot with that problem of it wanting to rub up right against the end of the bolt in the turnbuckle. It's still not ideal. I realize now the sooner I go to all chain, the better. Yeah, you can rig a block at the end of the sprit, blah, blah, blah. I don't trust that bowsprit 100% yet, but maybe we'll do that. For tonight into tomorrow morning, I'm just going to roll with this. The primary road is still secure. She's really wanting to head back and forth a lot for some reason. The wind is waffling a little, but that's just the nature of the beast. I could throw out an anchor astern. I don't know if we need to do that. It's not going to be blowing that hard as far as I know, but I'll be keeping an eye on the forecast, which is changing hourly. And I don't know. I may decide before it starts raining to just head back, because there's too many variables here that I'm playing with. It's not really set up to experiment properly with a wider variety of rope and things like that. I didn't think this through 100%. I'm glad, though. One decision I did make that was sound was that I decided to just scoot over here to this hole within sight of my slip for the first anchor out period. If I had gone far away, I could have a problem. So the wind has picked up, the sun has come out. There's a, I don't know if it's a sailing school or a yacht club. They're racing Opties over there today. They were doing it all day yesterday too. Looks like a lot of fun. I just finished breakfast and the race officials came by. They're laying out markers for the races. Apparently the Opties are going to be coming like right in here and they're going to work around me. I asked if I needed to move and they said, no, don't worry about it. Enjoy the view of the race. Could be interesting. I gotta change the battery again. So anyway, before they came by to tell me the race is about to move into here, I was thinking about doing something different. Where is it? What page was that on again? I was thinking about Brian Toss's. If you have any kind of sailboat or any kind of boat, get this book if you haven't already. Brian Toss. It's about so much more than rigging. Snubber. Yeah, I was talking about. I don't know if I'm going to try to redo it today because I think the wind is not going to relent long enough. What he shows here is using a snubber off the very end of the sprit on a block that connects to all chain, which is my ultimate goal. I can make this work with rope. I've kind of done it today, although I think what I have there right now is slipping a little bit every time it gets pulled really hard, but it's no big deal. The main will hold us. It's kind of overkill what I did there, but if it really does start blowing tonight, it could get bad, and I'm not going to be able to sleep without knowing I have a little extra. Anyway, I think what I might do, instead of doing that, is I have a roller about midway, just shy of midway up the bowsprit. I could do this sort of thing with the snubber over with the chain over the side and the snubber over the roller. I have two rollers. I could even leave the chain where it is and put the snubber on one side instead of a bridle. The only trouble with that, of course, is the whole issue of I've got the turnbuckle right here. I think what I'll have to do if I want to go this route is put some kind of permanent anti-chafe on there, a big hunk of fire hose or something, stitch it onto the chain bob stay, maybe even on the two whisker stays. I think it's the only way I'm going to have any kind of peace of mind until I have all chain. And if I have all chain, it might be wise to have anti-chafe anyway. These two chains grinding against each other, and if I have a chain, well, yeah, I would have a rope snubber in any case. So I don't know if the wind slacks off before the sun goes down, I might look into that. Since the racers are coming, I may as well put the colors out, right? Here they come. Take the Iron Maiden logo. The kid knows how to attack, man. All right. We're under attack. So here's the funny thing. About 2 hours ago, I noticed that this was showing about 12.4. Or it was like 12.46, then it dropped to 4.4. And then I looked away for a while. I think I made lunch and ate lunch, and I looked back, and now it's come up again. First it was 6.0, then 6.4, then 6.8. Now there is nothing charging this battery. So as somebody explained this to me, I'm not an electrician. Explain that how other than the fact that, you know, That meter's no good. I don't know. I'm not unhappy about it, although it makes me wonder, is this real? I'm not about to take the cover off the battery and throw a meter on it, but I'm not really concerned. I'm just confused. That happens to me a lot. The older I get, the more often it happens. Well, it's about 6:30 on Wednesday morning. Time to see about getting this anchor and who knows how much mud out of this hole and get this boat out of this hole and back to the dock. Okay, let's see where we're at here. 12.6, that's about nominal to start the engine. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna be learning as I go. I think I'll be able to use the bridle to get everything back on the roller somehow. I'll need the boat hook. Where did I put that boat hook? Oh, the anchor light. I keep forgetting that damn anchor light. Is it still lit? It is. Crazy. Hoist it. That was easier than I expected. I think we're going to want to slowly motor up on the anchor. I gotta take her out of gear. We're starting to run right up on it. We're starting to go under the boat. Off the bottom yet, but it's fair right now. Rotate fish. Thing always wants to come up backwards, like always. Ugh. Put a twist in the chain. There. Arr, mate. Arr. Not too bad, not a lot of mud. This card is almost full. I forgot, this is my backup. It's only 16. It doesn't have a lot of space left on it. And transferring to my phone is something I'd rather not even think about right now. But let's see about getting back without destroying a cap hook. Whew. Hell of a workout when I haven't even finished my coffee yet. Sonar. Full screen. .1. I like this hole. It worked out very well. All right, let's head this line clear. I guess I can go about this. Instead of going all the way around the mooring field, I'm gonna investigate sort of a channel down the middle that I think will work. Come on, baby, get going. What are you waiting for? You're not on the bottom, I know that. 0.4, okay, we're moving now. 0.7, but we're not. Oh, it's the wind. A little more. Come on, baby. The wind is right on the nose right now, which means it's building. It's almost 10 now, the wind speed. So I'm probably going to just come the nose in. Probably should have raised the boom. I keep having trouble seeing at close quarters here. That's too fast. Let's see if we can stay abreast of this wind at only 1 knot. Yeah, we're doing all right. Do I want to go all the way around? Actually, no, we'll be all right. I can sneak around there. Just really don't want to bump any of these beautiful little cat boats. Actually quartering from port right now. There's Big Nita. I think I'm gonna hook around. Well, you guys can't see, but all right, now the battery's showing it's about to die. It was 100% about 5 minutes ago, but we're in 7 feet of water now. It's good to know I can cut through her. I wasn't sure if I could. Where the hell's my slip again? Oh yeah. We're looking great. This wind is not a problem. I might turn her around. I don't know. I need to look at the bowsprit regarding ground tackle and such, and it's a lot easier to do with it facing in that direction. I can stand on the dock and haul the boat over, you know what I mean? I could do it from the dinghy, but the wind will never be cooperative with that operation. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick her in there. Slow down a little bit. Yeah, I gotta adjust these control cables. I'm not getting a lot of subtle. Now the wind is pretty much on the nose, which is perfect. As soon as the sprit clears the first pair of pilings, I'm going to chop the power and let her drift in. I know if I try to let her drift now, the wind will somehow push her away. At least that's what I think. That's what I think I know. Okay, let's try chopping it now. Yeah, that might work. We're gonna bump. to hit that. Should kind of come that way. All right, now, whoops. Gonna let her come in a little more. And I lost this line, damn it. Okay. It's all right. All right, we'll deal with that later. I gotta get this first. Just gotta give her a little nudge. Send her to starboard. Right about there.